Today's video is going to be how to multiply polynomials using the box method. Before you watch this video, make sure you've already watched the previous video on exponent rules on multiplication because you will need to know your exponent rules when you're solving this way. Okay, so let's take a look at our first example. So our problem says to find the product of 2x plus 3 multiplied by x plus 5. Our first step is going to be drawing the box. For most of the problems today, we're just going to be drawing the same type of box. There is going to be 4 squares in it, 2 on the top, 2 on the sides. So after we draw the box, now we're going to write these 2 binomials on the outsides of our box. I've written step 2 right here. So what does this look like? We take the first binomial, 2x plus 3, and we're going to write that on the top edge. So I'm going to put 2x right here, and then I'm going to do the plus 3 over here. Keep your signs, your operation signs, with the numbers, just because there will be negative numbers and things like that. You don't want to leave those out. So just keep your positive, negative signs with your number here. Then take the other binomial, x plus 5, and that's going to go on the left side of your box. So x is going to go on the first spot, and plus 5 is going to go down here. So now you can see we have the top edge and the side filled in with our 2 binomials that we're trying to multiply. After you do this, you can start to solve the boxes. So this is step 3. We're going to multiply and fill each box. This is the part where you do need to remember your exponent rules. So let's take a look at this top left corner. We are multiplying 2x times x. So I'm going to write this over on the side. 2x times x. Remember our rules here. If you are multiplying something that has the same base, 2x times x is going to be the same thing as 2x to the second power, because our exponents of 1 are being added together. So 2x to the second power is going to be in this box right here. I'm going to move over to this box now. I need to multiply 3 times x. 3 times x is just going to be 3x. Next, I need to multiply 2x times 5. 2 times 5, my coefficient, is going to be 10, and the variable x is just going to stay as it is. And then our last box, we need to multiply 3 times 5, and that gives us positive 15. So you want to go through each box and multiply each of the numbers and variables that are intersecting here, so we can fill in every single box. Now our last step is to add our like terms. When I'm doing this step, I like to circle the like terms. So there's nothing with an exponent of 2. There's no other numbers, but there are 2 boxes here that have like terms. Remember, when we combine like terms, we need to add together the things that have the same variable and the same exponent. So 3x and 10x can be combined together. So that means that I can add those together. 10 plus 3 is going to be 13. So this is just going to be written as 13x. And then the other 2 boxes can't be added to anything else, so I'm just going to keep those the way that they are. So we have 2x squared plus 13x and a positive 15. So I write this all out as one long expression. I write my exponent first, then my variable by itself, then my number. And this is our answer here. So our previous problem up here, 2x plus 3 times x plus 5 is going to be equal to this expression, 2x squared plus 13x plus 15. Okay, so I know that was a lot of steps. For the next few examples, we are just going to practice together. So make sure that you have your notes written down from the previous example, and I'm going to guide you through practice. So make sure you have a piece of paper and you're doing the same thing that I'm doing in the video. Okay, so the first thing to do is to draw the box and place your binomials on the sides of the box. So go ahead, pause, draw your box, and write out where each of these expressions should go on the sides of the box. Then pause and then come back and see the answer. Okay, hopefully you finished doing that. You should have x minus 2 on the top. So we have x and then minus 2. Remember I said keep any operation signs with your numbers. And then 3x plus 4 is going to go on the side here. So I have 3x in one box and then 4 plus 4 in the other box. If yours looks like this, good job. Now I want you to pause the video and try to fill in your boxes, starting with this top left one. Try to fill in each box with what it would equal if we multiplied our numbers on the outside. So go ahead and pause and try to fill in the box on your own before you see the answer. Okay, so if you've tried to fill it in, try to compare your answers to mine. So 3x times x. So 3 would be our number on the outside. There's nothing we can multiply 3 by, but we can simplify the variables. X times x is going to be x squared. Next, negative 2 times 3 is going to be negative 6x. Don't leave out your variable. And x times 4 is just going to be positive 4x. Lastly, negative 2 times 4 is going to be negative 8. Double check what you have in your boxes with what I have here. Okay, our last step. We're almost done solving. Just combine your like terms and write out your expression. So go ahead and pause the video. Try to combine the like terms in the boxes and then write out what your final answer would be. Okay, hopefully you paused and we're going to write out our final expression. So I'm going to just start with this top box right here. 3x squared, there's nothing we can add that to, so that's going to stay the same. But these two boxes right here, negative 6x and 4x, can be combined because they're like terms. So negative 6 plus 4 is going to be negative 2. So I'm going to write negative 2x. And then our number, negative 8, is also going to stay the same way as it was before. So our final answer here is 3x squared minus 2x minus 8. If you were able to get the whole problem done and you were able to get each part on your own, congratulations. If not, try the next problem as practice. Okay, here is problem number 2. We have 4a minus 5 times 2a minus 9. First things first, go ahead and draw your box on your paper and then fill out the outside of your box. Okay, I'm going to show you what it should look like after we're done filling out the outside. We should have 4a minus 5 on the top, so 4a and minus 5. 2a minus 9, so 2a will go on the left and minus 9. Good. Next we need to fill in the box. So pause the video and fill in each of your boxes. Be careful when you're multiplying. Okay, this is the most important part. I hope you actually paused and you tried to solve it. If not, let's pause right now and solve it on your own. Okay, so first things first, 4a times 2a. Now I have numbers in front of both of these variables, so I need to actually multiply 4 times 2, which is 8, and then my a times a, which is going to be a squared. So 8a squared. Next thing, negative 5 times 2a is going to be negative 10a. 4 times negative 9 is negative 36a. And then negative 9 times negative 5, that's a positive 45. Make sure it's positive. Okay, now combine your like terms and simplify your expression. Combining our like terms right here, negative 10 and negative 36 is negative 46a. And then the other two variables are just going to stay the same as they were before. So positive 8a squared and positive 45. This is our answer to our multiplication problem. So that concludes how we multiply our polynomials. If you want to see an additional challenge problem, wait until the end of the video and try to take a look at a different type of multiplication problem. This is our challenge problem. You can see it looks a little bit different because now we're multiplying an even bigger polynomial times a binomial. How would we do this? Try to think of a way that you could multiply this using the same box method, and then I will reveal what the answer is. Okay, when we are multiplying a larger polynomial, just change the size of your box. So instead of 4 boxes, we're going to have 3 boxes on the top and 2 on the sides. So I'm going to put this larger one on top. So we have 2x squared minus 3x and minus 5. And then on the side, I'll have 6x plus 5. It doesn't really matter which ones you put on the top and the sides, as long as your box has each of these terms with 1 space. And then everything else is the same. We just multiply. If you want to pause and multiply on your own first, you can do that. If not, I'm just going to multiply through. So 6 times 2 is 12. X times x squared is going to be x to the 3rd power. 6 times negative 3, negative 18x squared. And then negative 30x. Next row, I have 10x squared, negative 15x, and negative 25. At this point, same thing, like terms need to be combined. We have multiple like terms though, so we would have to add together these two because they both have x squared. So I could add together negative 18 and positive 10, which would give me negative 8x squared. I'm going to keep this part in front because this one we can't add to anything else, so 12x cubed is going to go in front. Then we have another set of like terms, negative 15 and negative 30x. Add those together, we get negative 45x, and then our number at the end is minus 25. So we can use this box method to multiply any polynomials as long as we just adjust the size to fit however long our polynomial chain is.